Welcome back to a new video. We are in the gym. I'm training upper body today, but we're also doing right versus wrong, do's and don'ts, upper body exercises, which I feel like we can never remind ourselves enough of form over weights, and that's what we're doing today. Yeah, I'm excited. I just need to warm up. Before we begin, I need to use the latest room. I definitely took off the mic. Let's get into this video. I will give you what you came for, and that is do's and don'ts, right versus wrong. Really common mistake while doing lat pull down. I don't know why, but yeah. It's not always easy to know, but that's why I'm here, to show you. Form over weights. Just because you see a big dude lifting a lot of weights doesn't mean that he's doing it right. Yeah. So, a really common mistake while doing lat pull down is that you're pulling down like this. It's like you're trying to pull as far down as you possibly can, but in this angle, or like I can't feel my lats whatsoever while pulling like this. I'm more like feeling it in my abs. Also, a common mistake is that you are dropping your shoulders up like this, almost like like as far as you can. And this also you lose the tension. You lose the tension in your lats while releasing your shoulders out like this. So this can look like this, pulling down like this, crunching the abs, or doing this. You see? So, I'm gonna take these off. So these two mistakes will not give you anything for your lats. What we want to do is to always have tension in the lats and not pulling forward. We're gonna push chest upwards, pulling down shoulders, and then pulling down the weights. I'm gonna show you how it's supposed. I'm gonna lower this one actually, shorty. So changing the position from this to up with your chest, lower your shoulders, almost like contract your lats here, and then pull down against your chest, down. And instead of releasing like this, stop here to always have contact in your lats. Down, stop, down, stop. You see the difference from this and this to this? Lower shoulder, up with chest, pull down. Only lats pulling. Phew.
That's the first one.
That's the first one. We are moving over to next exercise, which is dumbbell rows. Also an exercise that we focus more on weights instead of form. This can look like, when you're doing it wrong, you pick up the weights and then you're starting to do this, almost like helping with your legs. Like I can do this until tomorrow if I'm helping with my legs. Instead, this is a great exercise and a great alternative to the bench rows, but not swinging. What you can do is to put one leg back so you're stable. From here, pushing down your shoulders, coming up in a row. It's not a competition of how many reps you can do in the smallest amount of time, because like no one likes a cheater, and the only person who will
cheating is yourself.
Yeah, the only person who will lose from that is you and yourself. So what you can do, instead of jumping into this variation of rows, we can turn to here, lower the bench a little bit. I like to have a small incline instead of having it like this, because it feels better for my back to be like from here instead being here. More, it's kinder to my back. So I personally like to do it like this, but you can have it flat as well. And this is a great variation to start with before you jump on this one. Get the technique in first. Why did I take a weight that I'm gonna like use for my working weights? It's probably not the smartest. A common mistake when you're doing this is that you're focusing on, hold on, jag måste ha mindre vikt, det går inte. Okay, so a common mistake when you're doing the rows is that your focus is on pulling your elbow as far up as you can and almost like bending your back a little bit to just try to row as high as you can. This will not help your lats or your back overall. So what we want to do is, instead of this, pulling this one up, we want to be almost like a angle of like a slide, coming from here up to here. You see the elbow not being up here but down here, keeping your back neutral, rowing. You see it's like almost sliding down in that angle instead of pulling it up. So great to start with this one before you jump on that one. If you jump on this one, make the stance with one leg back and row. Do not help with your legs. Next exercise is seated shoulder presses. And this, what I'm gonna show you right now, or what I'm... Jag är tillbaka. Yep. Okay. Next exercise is seated shoulder presses. And what I am about to show you now is this is not a wrong thing to do. It's just a question of a neutral angle. Some benches can be like this, like completely straight. And some people think that this is the neutral way to do presses, which this one will not like, this is not nice. And I can't even, oh, okay, this really hurts I have a bad shoulder as well, but this really hurts my shoulder and I can feel like it's really, hur säger man, klämmer?
Squeezing.
It's really squeezing like areas in my shoulders that aren't really, it's not nice. And it's not like, this is not a neutral angle to be in. So what we're doing is we're changing. I use this one because I wanted you to see the full angle. This bench doesn't even go that far, probably because of a reason that I just told you about. So we're gonna put this in a slightly inclined position, which will open up so much more possibilities for my shoulders and a little bit of upper my chest. A little bit, you know what I mean? Okay, so sitting in incline position will help you push more weights, because you can also take a little bit help from your upper chest, but mainly it will mainly be your shoulders pushing and going up like this. Much more neutral position than being here and pulling like this, and much more comfortable to be here instead of here. But a mistake that a lot of people do when they do shoulder presses is that they are coming down too far to here, and you don't really have anything to get from here pushing up. Instead, you can stop right here in a position where your shoulders are 100% connected, pushing up again. So down and up. But you can really lean against the bench as well, sitting more comfortable and coming down, up. You see the difference from being here to being like here. Ugh. I'm not saying that it's bad to sit like this, but if you are like me, you have bad shoulders, or you feel this inching or like squeezing feeling, try to be in an inclined position instead. Plus, you can really focus on lower the weights much more, because you can use a little bit of your upper chest. Lateral raises. Fourth exercise, second shoulder exercise. We have 2 for back, 2 for shoulders. Lateral raises is one of the most common exercises when you're training. Why are you memeing? I just saw your mouth like that. When you're training shoulders, lateral raises is one of the most common exercises to do. But we also have a lot of common mistakes while doing lateral raises. I think you know them already, but I'm here to show you, to tell you what not to do. Swinging is fun, but they will not build shoulders. Neither will this deal, lifting with your shrugs instead of your lateral shoulder. What to do instead? Do's and don'ts. What can actually be a good thing to do, I'm going to show you that in a little bit, give you another tip that is really, really good when training the outside, the lateral part of your shoulder. But standing, I like to place my dumbbells on the side instead of in the front. Because when you're in the front, it's really easy to start bending and pushing your bum backwards, which will lead to a little bit of a swinging thingy going on here. Instead, putting your dumbbells on the side of your body will not allow the same kind of swing. So from the sides, hold on. I'm just gonna, they're asleep. When small hands, problem. On the sides of your body, lifting straight out. No swinging, only shoulders, pushing the weights. Same with not being here, but being here. Lower your shoulders and push out. It can be good to point instead of pointing out like this. Point your little finger upwards. Will burn so much more. No one likes a cheetah. The other tip while doing lateral raises, and this can actually be a really good, 2 good tips to do before you go and do the standing lateral raises to work up your strength first without swinging, without cheating, is use a bench, put your chest against the bench, lean against the bench. This will not allow as much swinging either. So standing like this, leaning against the bench, lifting out like this. This is also a great exercise and an alternative of the lateral raises to do to build your outer shoulders. From this, side note, you can also go to this and get more front shoulders without swinging. The second tip is, I'm gonna turn this around, and that is to do incline seated lateral raises. Also, because when you're up here or when you're sitting just like this, it's still really easy to swing. But if you are in a slight incline position, this will not, like, you can't really swing. So also really, really, really good alternative for lateral raises to do. Seated, shoulders down, lift, straight out. Ooh. The isolation, dude. It's insane, it's insane. Holy crap, try it, scratch. Okay. Next exercise is the third of the shoulders. And this is for our rear delts, which is our back shoulders. And this is also really common exercise to do, but also a lot of common mistakes. So, one mistake while doing face pulls, this is face pulls. One common mistake is that you're pulling with your shoulders. You're starting here, pulling like this. And this is like my biceps are pulling the weights up. The other mistake is that you're pulling your elbows as far back as you can, which will look like this. And that is not the way to do it, to target and to really isolate your back shoulders. What you want to do, it's actually not your elbows that's going to go first, it's your hands and your elbows at the same time. It can be good to have a longer rope. I'm going to show you that in just a second. So instead of pulling like this and like this, we want to pull like this, up against your face. And this is what I mean with the angle of the arm. Instead of being here, it should be here, which is a lot heavier. And that's what I mean with a longer rope can be really good, but it also works to do it with a rope like this. I also don't like to standing up like this, because you can use, like, it's almost a hip thrust going on here. So what I like to do is to go down on one knee, like Robin would do, like I wish Robin would do any day soon. Going down on one knee like this, because you have this foot will help you be more stable than standing up. And from here, push against, or pull against, not push, pull against your face, working with your rear delts. But I'm going to show you with longer rope. Put this here, taking the longer rope because this will be easier to get the movement right. So if you have a long rope like this, yay, use it. From here, we want to go up here. I need to lower the weights. This is what I mean. Form over weights. Lower, down. It's nothing wrong with lowering down the reps and get the form to work first. From here, lower shoulders, not be here. Lower shoulders, pull up. I promise you, if you do this, try this variation. Instead of here, and instead of here, up here. With my arms, shoulders, arms, elbows. Instead of elbows going first, up here. Ooh. From this to this, it's insane. If you haven't tried, this is your sign. It's awful. Oh my god. I need to rest.
Bottle up.
Nu jävlar. We're gonna do triceps extensions, which is the last exercise. Really, really common exercise again, with a lot of common mistakes. So what we want to do, I also want to say again that the gym isn't easy. So make sure that you have good knowledge when you walk into the gym. We've all done these mistakes throughout the years, and you need to learn. And it's easy to watch someone and then in action do it yourself and try to get it right. It can be so hard. So I just wanted to say that this video is simply just because I want to help. It's not to make fun of anyone or make anyone feel like, oh, I do that and it feels heavy. I just like genuinely want to help. And in the same time, like do a funny video for you to watch. But I'm definitely not like making fun of anyone. Common mistakes while doing triceps push down is to, first of all, we're not training glutes. So really common mistake to stand like this, and also a little bit like this stand, instead of being close to the cable, we're back here. And then we pull like this, using the lats instead of the triceps. And this comes down to too much weight for the exercise and for the form, for you to control the weights and still keep a good form. So instead of being here, pushing like this, we want to be standing closer to the cable, keeping elbows tight to your waist, and from here push down. Don't have to go all the way up. You can keep the tension at all time in your triceps, pushing down. Coming up. Oh, this one is really in the way. This one. So close, pushing down. Slowly up, stop here, push down. So you don't have to go all the way up, because when you do, it's really easy to lose the tension of the triceps and also come up with your shoulders. So it's really important to push down your shoulders, tuck in your elbows to your waist, and push down. Crap. Push down.
Yeah, and you can see that.
There we go. That was all the exercises for this upper body session. Also a really good upper body session if you want to hit back shoulders, rear delts, and triceps. Really, really good workout. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want more do's and don'ts. Wrong versus right, exactly. Maybe lower body. Just let me know. Give this video a like. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on notification bell. See you in the next video. Love you guys. Have an awesome day. Bye.